Welcome back to the Next Level Sega fans with the Sega Guys podcast, the retro gaming show where the skies are blue and high definition graphics and sound means 240p. I'm Dan the Mega Driver alongside my co-host James the Segaaholic. Mate, how you doing?
I'm very good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, very good, mate, because we've got another special guest this week. It's a long time coming. We have got TomFum from the Game Older podcast. Been mentioned a few times, but Tom, great to have you on here. How you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm all right, boys. Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure to finally made my way up to the big time to the Sega Guys show. Yeah, I'm very, very thankful for you guys having me on. So nice one. Yeah,
Please you can make it, mate. Big time.
Long overdue. Long overdue, mate.
Wow. You know,
it was we had to try and record a little bit earlier, and it's just the one night where it's just been bedlam in my house. But there we go, it's typical, isn't it? But what you been up to, mate? What are you playing at the moment?
Well, what I've been up to is mostly work, like the most of us do, right?
Yeah.
Too much of that, but as I was saying in the green room, so I've just bought myself. I was in a massive gaming rut, and I was kind of just playing this game and that game. I was playing like Wind Waker on the Wii U, which a brilliant game, fantastic. I know you've been playing it, haven't you, Dan?
I love it.
And I've like been playing Nier Automata on PC, and I finished that, and I played Alan Wake 2 on PC, and I finished that.
You've been playing some bangers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nier Automata is amazing.
Oh,
And he called that a rut, by the way.
I think it's after those. After those games, there's got to be a come down, right?
Yeah, true. Well, I started playing Real Life Katamari on a PS2 as well, so that's another fantastic game. But a certain game came out last week called Death Stranding 2, and I didn't own a PS5. I've got a really high-end PC, and I was like, please just bring it out on PC. And they're like, nah, you've got to wait. So I was like, well, sod it, I'm going to buy a PS5. So I bought a PS5 and I bought Death Stranding 2. And I'm very deep into that game and loving every single minute of it. It's fantastic. So that's what I'm playing at the moment. Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything. So,
Yeah. I'm thinking of getting that myself for Christmas. I think Death Stranding 2. Dust off the old PS5. It hasn't been booted up since Astro's Playroom, or Astro Bot, sorry, last year. But yeah, I love the original Death Stranding. James, you got yourself a console as well, didn't you?
Yep, got a Series S. Good friend Darren, aka Boz, on Twitter. It was his son's, I believe. He had a Series S, and he upgraded his boy to a Series X. So the S was sitting in the loft, and just by chance, I think whenever I was talking about getting a Series S again, he said he'd want to sell. So the only kind of caveat was that it was fully boxed with the original HDMI and power cable, but it didn't have a controller. So I had to go and get a controller, but I got one on eBay, the robot white controller, for 26 quid, and the console was only 110. So, Microsoft are still selling them for $299. So get an absolute bargain.
$299.
$299. That fucking price again, man. There we go. Just never goes away, doesn't it?
You did well on that controller, because I was looking at controllers before and they were always like 50 quid. So you've done a lot on that. Yeah.
The A button's a wee bit mushy on it, but it works every time you press it. So when like most of the controllers on eBay don't have battery covers on them for some reason. It's like, it's just like, this is a perfectly working controller, but it has no battery cover. And I'm like, well, I've got a small child in the house who could just see a Duracell and decide to try and taste it. So it's like, nah, don't want to run that risk. So it has to have a battery cover. And so just happened to be the night that I booted it up. Also signed up to Game Pass again, and just with the intention of going on to get Indiana Jones, and I spotted the sale section, and there was RoboCop Rogue City for $4.99.
Oh,
but I had £3.03, unbeknown to me until I got to checkout, sitting in my wallet. So it cost me £1.96. So quite literally, I almost bought that for $1. So and it's phenomenal. It really is. I mean, I know Series S gets a lot of shit, and there's videos about it. The Series S was a mistake and it shouldn't exist now. It's a brilliant Wii console, man, and RoboCop looks great on it, runs great on it. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game.
Mm.
I'm kind of at the end, kind of bit now. Like Detroit is literally going into chaos. A new mayor's been elected, influenced by my public actions, and it's firing missions at me, like rescue people from a burning building, take out this gang. Ed 209's gone rogue, take him out, and it's like there's just so much going on. It's set between RoboCop 2 and 3, so I didn't think they would reference like RoboCop 3 in any way, because Peter Weller's obviously still doing RoboCop in it, and he still sounds the same as he did in like 87, man. He sounds amazing. But there's a part in it where there's hierarchy OCP mentioned that the old man's going to sell out to the Japanese, and I'm like, that's what happens in RoboCop 3. So there's so many like Easter eggs and just things that like fans will notice. Like there's a neon sign on a building for Magnavolt, right? See, unless you've seen RoboCop 2 and you know what that means, that's the advert at the start. Remember with the electric seatbelt? The final word in auto security. No embarrassing alarm noise, no need to call the police. And it won't even run down your battery. They can be caught. It just falls out the door. Magnavolt, lethal response. There we go. See, it's all these wee things. It's just there's so many little things that you spot that just make you think of the movie. They couldn't get Nancy Allen. I don't think the budget stretched to getting Peter Weller and Nancy Allen in it, but the girl who does the voice of Lewis, she's nailed it. So it grounds it so well having those two sounding. Obviously Peter Weller being in it, but oh man, it's so good. Like I didn't buy it thinking I would the console didn't buy it thinking I was going to pick up RoboCop that soon, but to see it on sale and grab it, man, it's just all I've been playing when I've put it on. And then I found out there's New Game Plus, and then I've neglected the fact that there's circuit boards you can install in the Auto 9 and upgrade it. So I was talking to Carl Lavery on Twitter about it, and I was saying I wish that the gun was as powerful as it was in the film, like where you could just blast people in the chest and they go flying away. And he put a clip up at his New Game Plus. He's got the 6.1 circuit board fully maxed out. It just kills people with one shot, no matter where you hit them. It's like the drug factory scene in the first movie. Out they go, over the shoulder. It's amazing. And so I've started playing about with the circuit boards as well. So whenever New Game Plus comes around, I'll need to try and get that Auto 9 upgraded. But before I came on, I sent Dan a video. I've got a house to myself because wife and kids are away on a wee holiday, and telly up loud, and I'm like playing this, and I'm shouting, "Drop it! Dead or alive, you're coming with me." I'm trying to ad lib it. I'm taking people out, man. I'm becoming RoboCop. That's what's happening.
It's stomping around your living room with your controller.
Answer the door to the takeaway guy. Thank you for your cooperation. Good night. Shutting the door. So that's what I've been up to. RoboCop on Series S, pretty much just loving it. So aye.
Perfect.
Yeah, you two are enjoying your modern games. I'm a bit of a modern gaming rut, I think, because I was in a good place. I did like South of Midnight on Game Pass, despite what everyone said, and I liked Avowed in the end, despite what everyone said, and I really like Doom: The Dark Ages. But then I'm playing a couple of games now which have been very well received critically, and Indiana Jones. I really think it's a terrible game. Indiana Jones on a Great Circle. It's great to look at. It's great when the Indiana Jones voice acting is okay for the most part. It does sound like him about 80% of the time. So it would be a great film. It's just when you play it, I think it's dog shit. And then I've been playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33 on PC. I think part of it is the fact that the PC version is just full of bugs. Every time I load it up, it's like heart in mouth because it crashes when it loads your save data. It gets a runtime error, and it seems to be a common thing. There's all these workarounds. One of them is that you have to start a new game and exit the new game and then go into your logo, and it just drives me mad. And you play it, and then I was on a boss earlier, and it's one of these bosses. You know when you get to a boss on a game, and you have to. It tries to be all dramatic, so you walk up this really long path to get to the boss. And you get to the boss, and then there's an equally long cutscene, and then you get your ass handed to you. You go back to the save point, and you have to walk all the way
Oh
back. And
dear.
so I just stick the save point next to the fucking boss, for goodness sake.
Oh
Um,
man.
so it's
Whenever you
like,
said 80% of the time, I got a flashback to like Anchorman. 60% of the time, it works every time. It's like,
yeah, most of the time he sounds he's doing a good Harrison Ford impression. Sometimes he just sounds really strange and like nasally and bored. It's just very
Hmm.
strange. I don't know if either of you two have played. I
Yeah,
think you were going to, weren't you, James? But have you played it, Tom?
yeah, I finished it as well. So
Did you?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You probably got a completely different opinion, or I don't know. How did you
Um,
feel about it?
I mean, it was all right. It was just a bit janky, and the fact that you could like properly stealth people without, like, you'd have a guy stood here and with his back to a guy stood here, and you could just walk between and kill this guy, and then just turn around and kill this guy, and it's just
Yeah.
like, are you not? Are you not communicating it? Do you know what I
I've just been shot.
mean? Exactly.
It's yeah, it is proper janky. It's
Hmm.
like especially when you like sneak up behind someone and hit them around the back of their snap a pole around their head, and then they get up and start fighting you, and then you punch
Yeah.
them in the face and they're down. It's like, why didn't the takedown work? Like, oh, it's just
I've,
stupid.
I do have a great,
This,
I do have a great screenshot from the game though, where I've got a pile of bodies from where I've just stood in one place and just beat one person, the other one comes up, bang, 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 come on, yeah, and it's just a pile of bodies. And like, oh, cool. Right, anyway, see you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, there was there's one character in it. This is like another explorer that
Mm.
double crosses you, and the way like I thought the game looks great, but then she looked terrible. She looked like, you remember that game that was on the Xbox and PlayStation 2 called Galleon? She looks like a
um,
character out. She looks like a character out there. But yeah,
And
yeah, I'm go on.
I was gonna say I had a bit of a crazy bug in it where have you got to any sort of boat sections yet? Have you done any?
Yeah,
Um, there was a bit where I was on an island fighting some bad guys, and they clocked me, and I ran off, got back in the boat, and as I got back in the boat, she had the face of like one of the enemies on her, but her mouth was like open, like, and it's just really freaky, and it's like, okay, like she'd been possessed or something.
Jesus. Yeah,
this just feels like you two are trying to fucking ruin this because I slagged off Death Stranding at the start before we started recording. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
secretly we are, yeah,
You might enjoy it, mate. A lot of people did.
yeah.
The critical response was good. I just, I like it till I have to play it. And when I play it, I think it's a terrible game. It's a good experience at the
the
time. But
the
the thing
long
I said
the
is
long
like
cut scenes, man. That's just that's putting me off straight away. See overly long cut scenes, man. That just annoys me.
yeah, Microsoft wanted an answer to Uncharted. They wanted a pretty game that had a good
Mm.
story, good voice acting, and played like shit. Congratulations, you've matched Uncharted. Well done. Anyway, let's move swiftly on. So, Tom, today we're going to talk about importing because I think anyone that remembers your name from this podcast will
Mm.
you're kind of like James's dealer. You know, James is always talking about, oh, I was on the phone, so I was messaging TomFum. TomFum's giving me this, and we'll talk about imports and kind of our history with it. But before we get into that, for anyone who's watching us or listening to the channel right now, might be good for them to get an understanding or know a little bit about the podcast you do, Game Older Podcast. It's a great podcast. There's a few of you that do it, some great personalities on there. Tell us a
Cool.
little bit about, how it started, and just generally, what episodes you've done, some highlights, what's coming up.
Okay. So we got together via a Discord. I met Heather through watching a YouTuber, and she said, "Come over to my Discord." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool," and got to know her through the Discord. And then, sort of over the years, it was only a couple of years, but like she was like, "I'm thinking to start up a podcast." I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Why not? I'll get in on that." And then when she was asking people, and we basically just said, "Yeah, cool." So we just started a podcast, as you do, and we just kind of wanted to make it like pretty chilled and not nothing too serious. I mean, three of them are from Liverpool area, so you're going to get some scouse. I don't like being called scousers, but that scouse banter,
Just
and
pissed off half your podcast co-hosts.
so yeah,
That
I always
is-
get moaned at because they're like, we're not scousers. I'm like, well, you sound like scousers to me. Shut up. but but yeah, so we just started podding really. We started off doing your standard format of like, what you've been up to, and then some news, and then we have a subject of like, we used to do videos, so we'd say what's some of your favorite gaming music, so we'd each pick a couple each, play the music, and then talk about why we loved it, or favorite platformers, fighting games, driving games, all that sort of stuff, and because they're mainly kind of like console gamers. I'm more PC now, but obviously a console game as well. So we've got a good mix of, you know, in Leon, who works on the show, he works for Sony, so he's got a lot of info about, not necessarily about Sony, but he's very knowledgeable about Sony. So yeah, and that's kind of like, we've done a few interviews of like people who have released books for the what is it, not is it Bitmap, not Bitmap, yeah, Bitmap books, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've done a couple of digital clip games, and we've interviewed some voice actors for some voiceover stuff, so we've got some fairly cool things going on. And yeah, it's all right, but we've changed our format now, where we don't do the videos anymore, we just have a conversation about a subject. So yeah.
Yeah.
Last night we recorded, and we're doing fighting games, so that's out on Thursday this week. I don't know, well, when will this air, but
Yeah, this is we're stockpiling for the summer, so this is going to be so,
all right. Well, by the time this comes out, that episode would have come out, I imagine. But yeah, just come over and just go to the Game Older podcast. We're on literally everything, even TikTok, which I'm not really down with, so I don't know about TikTok.
I've tried, man. Like, my wife's like, if you get 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, you can go live, and that's where you can make money. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm chopping up like bits of podcasts and bits of video and putting them on there, and it's like, and she's telling me to put these tags like FYP for your page and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, it just doesn't. And I've not got time to manage another social media account, because like, I was thinking about doing like a Facebook as well, because Shiro will get a Facebook, and Mel's got a Facebook, and I'm like, I just can't. I've no having a Twitter, and this is just enough. It's like,
there is so much to it, isn't it? I think people don't realize it. We didn't realize when we first started podding that there is a lot to it, and to get your name out there, you've really got to put in the work, haven't you? So luckily, there's like 7 of us that do it, so at least we can kind of mix it between us. But yeah, but it's good fun. I enjoy it, and I'm often making a dick of myself on it. So
I do that often on here, mate. So it's fine.
So,
I mean,
that's what it's all about, right?
We always get a few grumpy comments. We get our customary dislike or more.
There's one absolute virgin who dislikes, sorry, everything we do. Like within, like, I'm not kidding. It feels like within an hour, we've got like this serial disliker. Like, if
I've
you've tuned
been
into
rumbled.
this, I said, nah. It's like, hate to tell you, mate, but you're not dropping the likes versus dislikes ratio below 99%. But thanks for the engagement.
But yeah, it's all good fun, and we enjoy it. So we mainly, you've got to kind of do it for yourselves at the start, haven't you? We're still fairly, I think we're only like 50 episodes in, so
You're over. You've got 1.06K subscribers, mate. So you've got over that 1K, and
okay,
you get the 4,000 hours of viewing time. That's never you can turn on you become a YouTube partner. I don't know if you've hit that yet, but
definitely not.
It's that will come, mate, because it's good stuff. You know what I mean? So keep at it.
I plan on streaming soon. So I used to stream anyway on my own channel, but I've been saying it for a while that we need to start streaming on Twitch. So yeah,
I just randomly popped into your stream. I was sitting up one night, and I seen Tom on X streaming now. Come join me. Is it Call of Duty we're playing? I was like, I'm going to jump in and just pull out Tom's chat. It's like, oh, there's Mr. Sega Holics appeared in the chat. It's like,
hi. Streaming's great fun. I did a lot of that during lockdown, and it's pretty addictive, but I burn out so quickly with it. So
it's something we haven't done for the channel just yet. But I keep thinking about how we'd integrate it. I'd like to. Thing is, it's either play a game to make content or stream. If you get the content from the stream, that would work. But
Yeah.
it'd
I
probably
mean,
just be picture of me and talking bollocks for it, so I wouldn't be able to use the sound.
the thing is, like well, like I say, we all work, don't we? So it's you've got, and you guys are like family people as well, like, but it's time and effort, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
that, and you're doing what you're doing anyway. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's anyone that hasn't found it yet, very easy to find. Look for Game Older Podcast. As Tom said, as you said, mate, pops up pretty much anywhere as long as you say, "Yep, there's the logo right there."
He's on brand.
Yeah.
So give it a search, and then yeah, Tom will give you a chance to plug again at the end of the show. But
Thank you.
yeah, so topic as James's sugar man, his dealer. Let's talk
Sounds so
about
weird.
See if I ever meet Tom, like if I ever have this meet up at like Arcade Club in Bury, like if Tom doesn't approach me wearing a trench coat that's like full of Japanese Sega Saturn games, like, all right, mate, you want to buy some Saturn games? It's like,
What are you buying?
Yeah, it's about to say.
Yeah.
I'll give you this for a fair price.
Come back anytime.
oh man, brilliant.
Oh, but importing, it's something that we've all done. We've touched on it a few times before, James, and yeah, it's something that's evolved over the years. But yeah, Tom, what did you first import? Do you remember what you first imported how you first got into kind of video game importing?
Video game importing, before I hit the hardcore stuff. Back in I used to use Play Asia back in the day. You guys used to use that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Seemed to
remember
be,
that. Yep.
yeah, like the
I still
only
look on
way.
there now and again, but they're a little bit more expensive than they used to be.
I was gonna say, is that site even going still? Because I thought they were like an Amazon, weren't they? Really, for in a sense, but Japanese, I think. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think they're completely different now. It's
Yeah,
not as it was. It might even
but
be a completely different site, different owners, but there is a Play Asia that you can buy
yeah.
games from, and there's
Okay.
all sorts. But yeah,
Blimey. But yeah, I was using that originally back in the day, like, just trying to think. So I bought the Yakuza 6 The Song of Life box set,
oh
with the
yeah,
two tumblers. That's one of the first things I bought on that. Um I can't remember how long ago that was now. It was probably what, 2009 maybe? When it was originally out, not the UK release. Have they done a UK release? I don't know, but yeah. So that was one of the first things.
yeah. So it was importing online and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you not get a port chance? When back in the brick and mortar days or anything like that? Or
Not so much. We had, when I was a kid. I'm from Milton Keynes. So back in the day, we had a real thriving, because it was a new city at the time in the like late 80s, 90s when I was growing up. We had a lot of like cool stuff here. So we
yeah,
had like, we had arcades everywhere, and we also had a lot of import shops. So we got a market here at the city centre. And there was a guy that used to sell import games all the time out of this market stall. Everything from like, your Famicom, PC Engine, Mega Drive, the lot. And I had a friend of mine who, he was one of them friends that had quite a rich uncle, and he got an inheritance off of him when he
right.
was, I think we were about 15, 16, maybe a bit younger than that. And yeah, he got like, I think he got like 3 grand. And he just instantly went up to this import shop in the market and just bought all these Mega Drive games. It was
Give us
fantastic.
everything. I'll take it all.
Yeah. So he was like kind of our original dealer in that sense, man.
Yeah.
Come back to his house.
That guy just shut his stall. He's like, oh, there we go.
Thanks
That's
a lot,
that
I'm off,
done.
yeah. But that's my earliest memory of like buying import stuff, was going up to that market stall with him and
Yeah.
buying like Batman and God, what else? Gunstar Heroes, Quackshot, when all those sort of games were out. They were like, that's like early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I always forget age that I was in the early 90s because I'm quite old now. So
As we
What the
all are,
feeling,
mate.
mate? We're the same age.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
know.
so I know.
Well, I'm a little gutted now because I moved to Milton Keynes because obviously I mean we got to meet in real life at some point. Tom, we can't be that far from each other. But I moved to
No.
Milton Keynes in 2010, 2011.
Okay.
And yeah, there was nothing,
Nothing
not
here.
much like that anymore. I mean,
Oh,
the
bro.
market had one stall. There was one guy I'd always go there
Mm.
every lunch break and see what he had, but it wasn't imports, and the store got smaller and smaller until after COVID it disappeared completely.
Oh man, that's
Uh,
a shame.
which is a shame. He was a good guy that ran it as well. Although
Mm.
a lot of the games were there for quite a while, and they're getting all sun bleached. All the
Oh
covers are getting
man.
Oh man.
increasingly bright. But
We had we had another shop in the Agora in Wolverton, that's been knocked down now, but it was like, your indoor market type place, and there was a guy who had a shop there, and that was the first time I ever saw a Mega CD was in his shop. It's just like, wow, look at that machine, man. It's a Mega CD, wow, but
yeah.
he's like, you're going in like, can you, nope, get off. But yeah, he was the same. He had a lot of import stuff in there as well. So, but yeah, it's quite thriving back in the day for that sort of stuff because we had a Japanese boarding school here as well, and when that was really big, the Japanese sort of population of Milton Keynes was quite high, so you had a lot of people importing in that way as well. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was good times, man. Good times.
What happened to you, Milton Keynes? You used to be cool.
I know, right? I know. Oh man, you missed out all the arcades we had here as well. They were
They all
just
pissed off when I came in.
yeah, they were phenomenal, man.
Oh, we got the Pixel Bunker. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah, it's good for a retro arcade, and like I say, it's gotten bigger now, hasn't it? So,
Yeah.
um, but I'm gutted it's only open on Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. It's like, oh, what are you doing?
Is it?
Yeah, it's only open for 3 days.
Oh,
So
I thought it was open more often than that. Like it was, but we was maybe it's because I was looking at this kids' school holidays. Well,
maybe I don't
oh,
know.
I'll
Anyway,
have to sort out a day there one day.
yeah, man.
Anyway, James, about yourself, mate. When did you first import? How did you get into importing?
Well, the first import I ever did was the Dreamcast. Now, obviously, in Sega Saturn magazine, Richard Ledbetter had been egging us on to get those Saturns chipped and switched so we could play X-Men versus Street Fighter, but on Radiant Silvergun as well. But yeah, it was the Dreamcast, and I just opened a whole different world, because obviously, like, we'd go to CA games with Sam, and you would see the import stuff on the Saturn, but had never had an inkling to even bother because, like, at that time I was 15, 16 when it launched, so I was 17, 18, was still at college, hadn't really got my part-time job yet, didn't have any kind of disposable income. Wasn't until I started working part-time, and I was later years of college into uni where, right, okay, Dreamcast is coming, I can start putting some money away. And also my mum gave me some extra money towards it, and it was like, well, if you save so much, we'll give you the rest, kind of thing. So I had this kind of, I'd worked out, looking on the calendar at my work schedule, how much I would have to trigger the clause to get the rest. And I had this date in early April, and I remember, I've told this before, I made the jankiest looking custom Windows wallpaper and paint you've ever seen in your life. It was a days until Dreamcast in Times New Roman, with the most awful, like, clipped out of a, like, image of the Dreamcast. I must have scanned it because I never had internet at that point. So it was like a scanner. I remember a scanner for college. Must have scanned like Sega Saturn magazine or something and got this, cut it out and stuck it on this. It was like a white background with days until Dreamcast, the console. And every day I would go in and, like, save a new version. So it was like a countdown basically to getting it. And I remember getting that big orange box handed over the counter, man. It was just like, oh my word. We just, and getting it home, and just that lovely kind of soft cardboard kind of carton that it sits in with the plastic, obviously it's in the bag, and you just step down converter that came with it separate, VF3TB with the Project Berkeley disc, and actually putting it up, it was just like, wow, this is something that no one else has got. Like, I'm one of the first people to have this. This is phenomenal. And that kind of opened the door because, as I say, that's when I kind of got the bug to go back and start kind of getting Saturn stuff as well. So I was on eBay kind of non-stop buying. I bought the Mark 1 in the gold box. I bought the Mark 2 in the white box with the red dash across it. What else did I get? I got the Japanese Virtua Gun, the Night 3D controller. Never bought the twin sticks, but thank you, Tom. You sorted me out with that. Amongst a great many other things, but I just went nuts. I remember I bought Radiant Silvergun for like, was it 120 odd quid, which back then was just ridiculous. Like I sold it, was it 2007? I sold everything. I got like 185 quid for it. So I made a profit on it, and I thought, oh, I've done well here. Oh, you're a dick. Wait until 30 years' time till you realise what you've done. You melt. But it's like, so that just kind of activated going back the way and getting things, and like again, we're getting Japanese games. And even now, I think it's amazing that the Japanese keep their stuff in such great condition. Like these listings that you see, Tom, they're like, they say damaged or stained, and then you get them through, and I'm like, where's the damage? Where's the stain? There's a registration card, a spine card, and a flyer in here. The discs don't have a mark on them. The manuals look like they've not been touched, and the inserts of the covers. I'm like, it's crazy. Like damaged and stained in the UK means like some tramp it's pissed on it. It's like, there's
a cracked case and a ripped manual will be like as new.
That's new, yeah. I know what I've got. Don't try to talk me down.
That's it. No offers, no returns. No, but it's just, it was crazy. Even back then, that was amazing. Like seeing like spine cards, and I always remember the listings back then. It was, if it said in brackets W/spine card, it was like, ooh, it's got the spine card in it. Look at that. That kind of was worth paying a wee bit extra for. But it was that kind of run about that time as well, like kind of like early, like kind of into late 90s, early 2000s. Was it maybe a wee bit further on than that, maybe 2001, 2. But I started, just a tangent here, but I started pre-ordering from this same Japanese seller the Takara Transformers reissues, the ones that come in the big box, like they're like books. They're like two halves, like one half's got the accessories, one half's got the figure, and they're displayed. They're beautiful. That Prime was 0, and this big fuck off box need a binder at the back as well, because every figure came with like a book you could rip out that all their kind of tech specs and facts and all that kind of stuff. But I just used to pre-order them. Like at one point, I had easily up to about 24 or 25 of them, and again, they all got sold. I just had no space. Whenever we moved into the first house that we bought, it was just too much geek shit, basically. So it kind of opened up going back the way, and then later on in our story, I'll tell about Initial D, when I got that as well on the PS2. That triggered another important obsession with soundtracks. But the Dreamcast was the catalyst to me really starting to that and the fact that I was kind of working as well. I had a form of income, and then obviously 2001 I got like my first like full-time permanent job, and that just brought in even more money. So I was paid my mum 180 quid a month, big money, and the rest was mine, and I spent it all on fucking games. It's like, and Maltesers. So
there are the days, here's your keep, Mum. I'll keep the rest of my paycheck. Spend it. I mean, it's a bit like importing's like going out for a beer with the lads, isn't it? You say, no, I'm all right. I'm have one. I'm not importing. I'm not having a drink. But then you have that first one, you break the seal, and then next thing you know, it's 9:30 at night. You're 10 beers deep. You're doing the tequila slammers. You've got 16 import copies of Sega Saturn games coming in, and that's it. You're fully in. You're in deep by then, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's what happens whenever you go in Syndico. Like you start sending Tom links for like games, because this guy can find stuff that I can't. Like I search for Fighting Vipers and I can't find it. And then I say to Tom, I'm looking for a copy of Fighting Vipers, but I can't find it. 30 seconds later, will this do? It's like, oh, hold on a minute. How did you find it? Because I definitely filtered it by search all stores, and I typed in Fighting Vipers Saturn. How did I not find it?
But I've got my ways.
That's it. And that's the thing. It's like, so you find like Daytona, £2.33, 500 yen fee. Oh, that's no bad. Then you start going through them before you're sent them like 7 or 8 links, And in your head, you're going £3, £5, or £4. And he comes back and goes, "That'll be £58, please." And I'm like, fuck, that racked up quick. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll be lying in bed and my phone will go off and James has sent me a message. Can you find this? I'm like, so give it a rest.
Because I was going through Bailly and I was
Mm.
getting to the point where like, I was getting all these big chunks of massive games for like a few quid in bulk. But then it's like, oh yeah, right. It's like, right, if I get them in bulk, then I don't have to pay the individual storage. I don't have to buy the individual fees. So I'm right, and that way I got like, I think the biggest one I got like 200 games. A lot of them were duplicates. So I ended up selling them, and then working out the numbers are all going in my head. If I get these in, I want these ones. I want because one bundle had like I've got a copy of Bulk Slash that
Oh,
was
wow.
just the
Disc
disc,
only, isn't it? Aye.
disc only, but it was just like sold as junk.
Wait.
The whole thing was like 20 quid. So I'm like in my head, oh God, yeah, like, and I can sell that, I can sell that, and I keep that, and I'm going to balance out. And
Mm.
then it's like time to ship it, and it's like we've weighed it up, and it's going to cost you 150 quid back to ship it back home. It's like, oh shit.
That's it, man. That's it.
You don't realize
Yeah.
how much like all those discs are gonna weigh
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
container.
See, my thing was like in 2020, April 2020, I bought a Super Famicom off of eBay because I was
Yeah.
like, I've always like since I was a kid in middle school, I made one out of balsa wood because I really wanted a Super Famicom, but I was never going to get one, you know. And it's not until 2020 I've actually bought myself an actual Famicom, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I want more. So
Yeah.
then I started buying Dreamcasts, and I had three Dreamcasts and two imports, and one was a UK. So right, I'm going to start collecting again, you know. And then I went onto eBay and I was buying because I've got all of the Yakuza games from when they first came out. So I started
Mm.
playing them back then. My thing was like, I want to get the Japanese copies as well.
Yeah.
So I went on eBay, found a seller that was like selling Japanese versions. I was like, oh, cool, you know, I'll have this off him. And then I bought another one and another one. I was like, what's the deal with all these Japanese games, mate? He's like, oh, I import. I'm like, oh, okay. What can you get? And I'm like James at the time, you know, like, what can you get? Okay. Can you get me a Mega Drive, Japanese Mega Drive? Yeah, no problem, mate. Gets me. I got one for my friend as well. We bought two Mega Drives. I was like, oh, sweet. Uh, I really like that Yakuza PS3. Can you get that? He's like, yeah, mate, no problems. Gets it, and I'm like, fucking, this is sweet. And then like, it kind of got to a point where he was obviously he's putting on a little bit extra for him,
Yeah.
you know, which is understandable totally. But I thought, well, why am I going through this guy? I could do it myself.
Yeah.
So I just thought, right. And the first thing I bought a pop-up parade Cammy figure because I'm a huge Cammy fan, as a lot of people know. And I was like, well, let's try this on this Sendico site. Imported it, wicked, right? That works. So I went ham, you know, absolute ham. And before I knew it, I was the same as you, Dan. I bought bundles. I was like, if I buy this bundle, it's got this with it and that with it, which I'll keep and I'll sell the rest, you know. And it just kind of went from there. And before I knew it, I had like Saturns. After watching, I stumbled across you guys on Spotify when I first got Spotify. I was like, oh, no, there's any Sega podcasts, you know. Search it, Sega guys. Oh, they sound good. Let's check them out. You know how wrong I was. But you guys were talking about the Saturn, and I'm like, oh, I had a Saturn back in the day. I never really gave it the time of day, but I had a UK Saturn, two virtual cop guns. I had about 20 games. This is around 2006 when they were like dirt cheap around that
Yeah.
time. Yeah. And as I had a huge collection back then, but it was all UK stuff. I sold it all because I needed the money. But after listening to you guys, like, yeah, Saturn, I never really gave that a chance, you know. So I got hold of a Saturn and then I started buying games. And then I was like, I could get some games from Japan. Okay, what's going on here? You know?
So really, it's all my fault to begin with. Then it's Dad's fault. So
It's
the
full
snake
circle.
eating itself, isn't it?
the circle is now complete.
What's scary, James, is you were saying you sold your copy of Radiant Silvergun back in 08, was it around that time?
2007, 2008.
Yeah.
Aye.
I bought a copy of Radiant. Did you sell it on eBay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's a big call, but I bought a copy of Radiant Silvergun of someone in Scotland around that time.
Oh.
So you never know. I could go back on my history and maybe have a look, but
I can't remember what my username was back then, but
yeah,
like because it had the spine card and everything, it was mint. It was
yeah,
immaculate.
yeah. I had all of that with it. See, you just triggered it in my head. I was like, maybe I bought James's copy.
That would be fucking immense, by the way. That would be sensational.
And
Oh,
what would be cool about that is that a few years later, I needed money and I sold that copy to Adam Korlak in America. So you
wow.
never
Adam's got your
know.
copy, James.
You never know.
You never know, could be. I mean, I'm just laughing about we talk about like games, but also there's a copy of Knights that Tom got me, one of the things,
Beautiful.
which came with World Series Baseball.
It's a good game. It's a good
What a
game.
bundle that is, man. That's better than any Dixon's bundle. You know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
But I just thought I would go and this is like the highlight reel. Still going.
Love it.
People
Love
that
it.
are only got the audio version, you are missing out. That's why the best version's on the video.
That's it.
It's like Ignition soundtrack from Sega Rally. There we go. Oh, we're getting there.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Look at all these fabulous games. Just
I know. There we go.
do you
And
know?
then-
I've never just quickly. I've never understood spine cards. Yeah, that's cool. What? Do any of you guys know why Japan? Why did I say it like that? Japanese. They did spine cards. Any reason why?
And
Or?
I don't actually
don't
know the
know.
history behind it. It's, I
Yeah.
mean, most of them I just fold up and put in with the manual these days.
Yeah,
I
same.
can slip in the front.
Yeah.
I've got I think it's my copy of Darkstalkers, or it's Vampire Hunter in Japan. But someone obviously took the case apart and shoved the spine card in the
Like behind the disc or something. Yeah.
you can, if I hold it up to the camera, you can see it there. We just
Oh,
shoved it.
nice.
But it's like these all come like resealed. Or a lot of them have came like they're not factory sealed, but they're resealed.
Yeah.
And then some money just open up what lasts belong. Look, that's just so again, let's get the spine card with it, right? So, but like I mean, the jewel case is like immaculate. So you've
Yeah.
got like your first disc and your manual, and then obviously right. So we
Mm.
can, but look at this in the back. That's what I'm talking about with the Japanese, how they just look after their stuff, right? Because in the back, I'm getting to this. Look at this. Look at all this shit. Look, get like a flyer with little new games that are coming, right? And then you get like some paperwork and then a registration card, stickers,
Oh,
and
yeah, the last Bronx bundle was so good.
It is excellent.
and a poster
Some moves list.
right, with moves on the back.
Yeah, it's
Right?
great.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
And it's there's no blue tap marks on that, is there? You know?
No, mate,
No.
I actually feel bad. There might be like the person who owned this somehow stumbles across it and sees me unfolding the map for the first time, like, no!
I kept it mint.
Thing was though, I'm a bit jealous because when I started importing,
Oh.
because I got my Sega Saturn converted as per Mr. Ledbetter and Sega Saturn magazine, telling me to get my Sega Saturn ported, chipped, and I was like, yes, sir, Mr. Ledbetter. I'm going straight down to Computer Exchange, and it was in Harrow actually.
I'll
Went down
get
to
right
Computer
on that,
Exchange in
Rich.
Harrow. Yeah, so got it chipped, but then we'd go to Rathbone Place I got it chipped in Rathbone Place in London.
Mm.
And we'd still go to the Rathbone Place. We'd go to Harrow after. But this is when Computer Exchange wasn't CEX or SEX. This was when they were a proper store that do imports, and like
Respectable establishment.
at the top, in the London branch, like the Sega Saturn Power games would be at the front, and then you'd have the Japanese games behind that, and then 64 and PlayStation were kind of either side. There was so much in there, and then you'd go downstairs, and then downstairs you'd see like a Wonder Swan and a Virtual Boy and a Neo Geo and like an FM Towns. You just see all this amazing shit in there that was just like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like this was all behind glass. So it was like this is the special stuff. But like they'd had I got my Sega Saturn converted, and the first game I bought was Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. And obviously, and I got a few other games with it as well. And I got stuff, I'll probably talk about a couple of games later on, but I got Dracula X. My friend got Radiant Silver Gun, but they didn't have the They didn't have the spine cards. I don't know what they did with the spine cards. They weren't sealed. These weren't right. We're importing them. We're giving them straight to you.
Mm.
These were typical computer exchange. Oh, brand new game. I'll rip the polyphane off, throw that away, and just stick a great big £20 or £40 sticker across the front of it. And so yeah, we didn't get.
Wankers.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they were great because they would, you take your Sega Saturn into a computer exchange. You couldn't do that in CX today. You'd be like, here, can
No.
you convert this to play to read your mod in, stick a 60 hertz switch in there, they'll take the piss off. They won't even sell
See if you,
import games now.
Oh,
if you take
really?
a Saturn in there
Huh.
that's switched or chipped, you know what they'll offer you for it? They'll offer to recycle it for you because they can't sell it.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and
Do you know
they
whose fault
aren't
that
going to
is?
recycle it. They'll keep it.
Do you know
I
whose fault
thought,
that is?
Who's that?
Well, it all comes back to a certain other import company. That was a
What
very good
lick
one that I used a few
Lixang?
times, Lixang. So when Sony nuked Lixang, that's when everyone else stopped doing imports on the UK high street.
wow.
Yep,
That was always almost overnight. So
they
PlayStation and
killed
Sony ruined it.
yeah, they killed CA Games. That's
Thanks,
why
Sony.
one of the reasons that Charlie sold up. He was already looking to kind of get out from what I've been told by people who were around at the time, but I think that whole Lexang thing and Sony kind of came crashing down on him as well. And once they did that, that was the end. It was pretty much, well, if PlayStation aren't going to give me any stock, then it destroys a sizable profit margin. They basically stopped giving them any PlayStation stock at all, like overnight. So it was like, oh well.
Scumbag. So we've done a lot of shitty stuff, but that's one of the worst. Was
Yeah.
that? And then they make their consoles region free and expect you to buy stuff from limited run games and stuff. Now they're all right with that. Wankers. Anyway, but
Um,
it is quite good seeing how it's quite interesting to talk about how it's evolved because obviously,
mm,
I think we've got to kind of because I was going to computer exchange picking up. You were talking about the markets, Tom. Your mate with
yeah.
his his
His money.
inheritance going in
Yeah.
there, big pot of cash. Nothing like taking cash and exchanging it for an appreciable asset. If you
Exactly.
hopefully hung on to them when they were worth.
I don't know. I think he went a bit off the rails with drugs, so a lot of stuff got sold.
Oh, right.
Oh man.
But the markets, bricks and mortar stores, and then James, you're talking about eBay, and I did get a few bits off of eBay, still do, and then obviously it's using the proxy sites now.
Yeah.
I use, but I haven't used them for a while because it is like it becomes an obsession and an addiction. Um, I did nearly buy a copy of Street Fighter Zero 3. I was very close.
Oh,
That would have been the most expensive thing I've ever bought,
yeah.
um,
I
by
was
some
uh,
margin.
I was lucky that a couple of years back I got some inheritance money, and me and money just don't mix. And I'm terrible. I'm terrible with it. I really am. I think I won't say the amount, but I spent probably a good over 4 grand on retro gaming stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, one of my big purchases was I bought a Regulation 7 Dreamcast off of a guy on eBay. He had it up for £500. And he had some absolute stonkers with it. I could tell you, it's got Radigy. I can never pronounce that game. Is it the shooter, the shmup game? It had Under Defeat, Guilty Gear
Oh
X,
yeah.
Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Zero 03. It had a fishing rod controller with it. The whole thing was boxing, and he wanted £500 for it. And I was like, "Nah, you're trying to mug me off here, mate." And then I thought to myself, do you know what? He's probably not because that's probably worth about that sort of money, isn't it?
Think nowadays it's probably worth quite a bit more, isn't it? A
Yeah,
Regulation 7
regulate,
Dreamcast,
yeah.
kind of probably about double that just for the console alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I kind of thought to myself, oh, I had an arcade stick with it as well. So
but yeah, they go for a good
I mean, they were like,
chunk of change as well.
yeah, they were about 50 quid back then, but now they've gone up in price. But yeah, I just like I kind of just started there after that. Like I said, I bought the three Dreamcasts and the Famicom. Yeah, and it kind of the Saturn, the Dreamcast, and it kind of just blew up from there, really. And kind of as soon as I discovered how I could import myself through Sendico, I was just like, right. Right.
Game time. Here we go.
That's it. That's it. I've got a whole list on my computer now of I've listed all my Mega Drive, Dreamcast, Saturn, Famicom, and there's another one on there as well. Games, and I've got them all listed of what I paid for them, and I've got like a total sum, and I just wince every time I look at it.
Oh, I couldn't like.
The thing is, Dan, while you were fixing your connection, and obviously, you know, I held this amazing Sega Rally promo flyer that Tom picked us up. But while you were away, he was at it again, tempting me. He's found the Daytona one, so he's watching that for me as well. It's like, I mean, I'm going to be skint by the time this podcast finishes.
Like I said, I've just bought.
I'm sorry for my wife. He made me do it. I couldn't help myself.
He was there on camera.
End up like Ian Bill. I've got nothing left.
He took it all.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I've had to rein it in more than anything else because of just running out of space.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now, Dan. I'm just like too much. You know.
The thing is, I've got like, because they're double stacked. Like I've got the good stuffs at the front, and then like behind it, there's loads of like Japanese games that like dating sims and stuff, and I'm just like thinking, if I do sell it, what am I even going to get for it?
Yeah. You'd have to sell to another collector, wouldn't you? And, yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it sounds good there. So gone through kind of the various stages of where we've gone through from the import scene, but just like to know what your favorite import stories are, like, you know, whether it's the item that you got or kind of your import story. So what would you say, John? What's the first thing that comes to mind? What things? Obviously, Regulation 7 Dreamcast got a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I said, that was from eBay, so it's not, doesn't have the same sort of like shine to it, you know.
Yeah.
But I think one of the big ones for me is when I bought my Yakuza 3 edition PS3.
Oh yeah, I've seen. I have actually seen you post the Yakuza 6 set, but that Yakuza 3 one, I think I've seen you post as well.
It's gorgeous, man. It really is, and it was slightly yellowed, which I didn't mind because I was into retro brighting at the time, so. It's been whipped apart and retro bright, so it's nice and spangly white now. But yeah, the guy I was doing it through, this guy Tom, who I met via eBay, and he got me that, the 2 Mega Drives, and a bunch of games. And the Yakuza PS3 came with like 2 walkthrough guides for the game, and like a load of flyers and some of those. You know, the fans, the Japanese have the sort of the big sort of fans. It came with a couple of them, and it's like. It went to him first because he shipped it in, and then he shipped it to me, and it was just like that really cool thing of receiving his big ass box when I got home from work. I was like, "Oh, stuff's here!" Just cracking it open and just like opening it up and seeing this. Oh, it's in such good condition, this PS3, and just opening it up and seeing Kazuma Kiryu on there with the famous, you know, he's got the cigarette in his mouth, and just that right in front of me with the PS3. I was like, oh, this is just gorgeous. Like, I'm so happy I've bought this. So that was one of my favorite stories for sure, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'll probably talk about a little bit about Japan a bit later on, but when I was in Japan, I was thinking of getting all the Yakuza games because they are dirt cheap out there. They were like 300 and
they're nothing.
340 yen.
About £3.
Yeah,
roughly. Yeah.
The only ones I ended up getting are the only ones that we haven't got over here, which are like Kenzen and stuff. Yeah, that's the one.
I'm just stalking Tom's ex account while we're talking here just to get the picture of it, but.
All of that came in the bundle, man. All of those games, all of the stuff, just in a big bundle.
Is that 2 boxed actual Japanese Mega Drives? Are those real Mega Drives, or are they like?
No, they're actual.
Look at the boxes on them, man.
They're mint, aren't they? You can't
see
them. One of them's up there with I have a Mega CD boxed as well, and the Mega CD box is absolutely mint. It's like it's brand new.
Mark 1.
Mark 1, yeah.
You would think that just came off the shelf, man. Like,
yeah,
that is crazy, man.
It's madness, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what I mean. They just take such good care of their shit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Dan, if I might have some doubles if you want some Yakuza games. You're
See,
next, buddy. You're next.
Yeah.
it's like that bit in Toy Story, isn't it? Whenever they see Woody kicking another toy, he goes, "He did it again!" It's like,
Oh man.
Oh,
I wish I could probably just angle my camera up a little bit. You can see the Mega CD up there.
there's a
yeah.
Mega
Oh,
CD
wow.
up there, aye.
Yeah. So,
Oh, there he is.
there it is. There is bad boy. Beautiful. It's in I mean, look how mint this box is.
Not
Yeah.
a crease, not a fold, not a rip.
Nothing at all.
Beautiful. Have you had it out of there?
Of course, yeah. My problem is I've got it set up on one of them. Do you know an old TV stands with I've got a 32-inch CRT sat here, and it's on one of them old glass stands, and
As was the style of the time.
exactly.
Oh, wasn't it, man? That's bringing back memories. It's like they all came with these stands as well.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like part of the package.
But it's got the Mega Drive. When it's on top of the Mega CD, you can't put a cartridge in the top of it because
Oh, right.
there's not enough space. So at the moment, I've just got the Mega Drive set up. So, but yeah, it's it gets used. Of course, it's got modded by like I say, Simon Argan. He's modded it as well, so it's multi-region, and yeah, it's all nicely recapped, and yeah, it's gorgeous inside. So that's good. There's the Mega Drive. It's gorgeous. Again, another nice shiny complete box. All this, we didn't have this on the UK one, did we? All this sort of, hey, you could buy a Mega CD.
Yeah, I know.
The thing that gets me is look how compact that box is. Like you think about how big the UK box was. Like that's really compact.
Definitely. Yeah. It's lovely. I got down one of my other PS3s as well. Oh, this is heavy. I got a nice Metal Gear Solid. I know it's Sony, sorry, but yeah.
Don't let them know that you got an import.
No, yeah. They'll brick it somehow.
They'll shut Game Older podcasting for importing.
well, we'll be right because we've got somebody who works for Sony, haven't we? So they'd be like, "Nah, it's fine. Just you'll be all right."
I suppose.
I'll show you this last one. It's the SGGG box set.
Sega Gaga.
Yeah, so I was showing James, but it's all still sealed. Everything's
wow, look at that.
minty fresh inside.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
What's in the top box? I see the Filofax was there. What's that wee top box?
These are which is a little bit odd. Well, it's not odd, but it's very cool. These are badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
You want badges, mother bitch?
It comes in this little kind of wooden box.
Jeez.
And then inside it's got all these.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What a set that is, man.
I know. But as well, I don't know if it's meant to, but it comes with a second pack as well. In a steel case. And in this one, it's got the same, but it's got the 32X instead. Look.
Oh, nice.
So you've got that one, that set, and then the 32X. So
that's
the Super 32X.
That's such a better name, wasn't it? Super 32X. Shame about the console, though, right? But yeah, that's a couple of my little gems in the collection.
But, yeah, I will play that game before like I die. Hopefully, like it gets translated. Like as I say, like maybe Derek Pascarella will drop a tweet in like 40 years' time, going, "Finally done it."
Who is doing it at the moment?
I think there might be people still working on it. I don't know what's going on with it. Just now, I've not heard any updates in a while. It wasn't just Derek doing it. Not going to put pressure on Derek get it finished, but it's like
I think it's like another Princess Crown deal, isn't it? Someone came in and said they were doing it a while ago, and it's all gone
right
quiet.
Then, let's get Eidmaster on it. Find him a fork that he can take. Right now, there's members of the Saturn community over at Shiro. That fucking don't say his name. It's like it's not allowed. But no, hopefully somebody picks it up and gets it done. I think I'd heard somebody was trying to port it to PC and translate it or something. It was I read something, I can't mind the ins and outs of it, but with some other project going on as well. But it's the fact that Sega in the death throes of their hardware business thought we'll just rip the piss out of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've
Amazing.
tried to, I've got it on my GDMU, and I've literally sat there with like the Google like translate camera, like trying to play it like, but it just does not work because the battle system's like really, really clever and convoluted. So it'd be great to actually play it. I mean,
a couple of screenies, obviously, but
Yeah.
because cool. Is it Sega workers low on morale have turned into like monsters or something? Is the general idea
like
of it? Do you know what the game I played and the aesthetic reminds me a bit of Sega Gaga is The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
Remember that? It's got that kind of same look. And I first played that on iOS, man. I loved that. See the soundtrack for that game. It's phenomenal. I know it's on the DS, I think, isn't it? But
started out on the DS. I didn't know it came to iOS.
I had the iOS version. I absolutely loved it on the iPad. The soundtrack was phenomenal. But when I seen that and then I seen Sega Gaga, I was like, oh yeah, you put them side by side, it's quite a similar aesthetic. But hopefully one day, man, it gets translated. That's the golden goose.
Yeah. But James, what about yourself for import stories? No, we've talked about a few of them before, but
man,
there's got to be.
I mean, there's a PSP story where also I got that for Charlie's. You know, was it 450 odd quid I paid for one, and it came with Ridge Racers, and I remember being a complete dick because I was really arrogant. You know, some people might say I still am, but I'm not really. But I went into the game in Buchanan Street with the sole purpose of showing this off, right? And I stood in the middle of the shop floor and just pulled out the PSP, started playing Ridge Racers, and within like 10 minutes, I had like staff round me. I had like staff coming back from their break to see it because word had spread. I had about 20 odd people in the store around me like, wanting to see the PSP. And I remember just getting that, was just in awe of that wee machine because like the piano black and the gloss and the UMDs, and there was something just so cool. It was like a wee portable PlayStation 2, which at the time just felt really, really like, how are they doing this? It's like
so futuristic, wasn't it?
Like Ridge Racers really did look, you know, on that screen, it looked like Ridge Racer 5 on PS2 for all intents and purposes. But even some of the other games
was just
a
like
powerful machine.
It's like the PlayStation we said before felt like a kiddie machine the way it was designed, and the PS2 it's an iconic design, albeit stole the design from the Atari Falcon by some accounts, but you know it's okay. But the PSP really feels like a premium Sony product from like, you know, it's like when you look at their premium hi-fis and stuff back in the early 90s and stuff, and they'd be like all glossy and beautiful like that, and they'd make everything else from like Sanyo and stuff look like utter crap next to them. They'd be like the kings. That's the PSP is from that kind of mindset. It's like they got someone else to design that.
But the problem with the PSP, the original launch one, I don't know if the other ones were like that, but it got micro scratches like a bitch.
Yeah.
Right. So if you were sitting in normal room conditions, right, I'm convinced that the PSP is responsible for my OCD about gaming belongings, right? Because if you're sitting in normal room conditions, it looks beautiful. See if you put it into direct sunlight, oh man, you could have used the softest cloth in the world to clean that. The micro scratches were horrendous, and it really did. It annoyed the shit out of me because, like, within 2 weeks, because I was a baby in this thing, like cleaning it.
Because he's cleaning his one now.
Trying to clean my one, but yeah,
it's aye. Because I think the launch one was like thicker, and it was like a more kind of like, it was almost like it was like in a layer of like, it was a very, very translucent plastic over the black. So it was almost like, not glass, but it was meant to, I think, look kind of quite glossy and glassy. And that just scratched so bad. But it was amazing getting that. But I mean, also the other story as well, Sony related, was when I bought a PS2 Slim for the sole purpose of chipping it to buy Initial D, second stage, whatever they want to call it, it's called extra stage, whatever one it is, on PS2, obviously. Got it for CA Games. And that all came about because I'd went to booths and they had Initial D sitting in the bottom, down in the basement, at the back right corner, beside Sega Touring Car. And I remember playing that, and just the music was just like bumping out the speakers, man. Night of Fire and Speedy Speed Boy, and I'm like, fucking come on! And it's like you're drifting around this mountain. I was like, oh man, Sega need to bring this out on like Dreamcast or something. Something has to happen. This has to come to the home. And then like I found out that it was on PS2, and I was like, oh, I need to have this. So I got like a PS2 Slim. Didn't want to touch my OG PS2, and got it chipped and picked up Initial D. And again, it's a great port. I know, Tom, you're not a great fan of it, but like I think the PS3 games are even better again. But that PS2 game, I bought like a force feedback wheel and pedals and shit. I went all in, and then I went on eBay and I bought like there was like a seller who done like bootleg DVD box sets, but they were all like English, like subtitled.
Cool.
But whenever they arrived, they were beautiful. They looked like they were proper like DVD sets. And then I discovered there was like a 5-disc volume 1 soundtrack, and I was like, "Oh, give me that!" And that was me, man. I was away like Deja Vu, and no one sleeps in Tokyo.
No sleeps in Tokyo, yeah.
Big in Japan, Grand Prix. I'm like, give me your love, and it will destroy me.
It's like, Initial D is so good, isn't it? I love Initial D so much, man.
It's like, like his wee daft pal that just cries all the time, "Tickle me!" like just shouting and bawling at him. It's like, but I always used to love like whenever they get to the battle scenes and like you've got like they've got their big souped up like Mazdas or Supras and all that, and they're like, "Huh, Hachiroku, you can't catch me," and all that, and then you see them going, "Huh," and the eyes go up to the rear view mirror, and you just see the Trueno's little shitty headlamps, and it cuts back to Takumi, and he's like, he's completely deadpan, like, and it's like they can't believe that he's beating these because he's using the gutters to obviously take the corners to perfection. But oh man, that was a rabbit hole. That was just one trip to booths that turned into buying a chip PS2, a copy of Initial D, bootleg DVD box sets of the anime, and soundtrack CDs. And
amazing.
Even today on my Spotify playlist, man, I've just got like a Eurobeat one. And that one of my favorite clips on YouTube is that someone has taken the opening car chase from Baby Driver and has put Deja Vu over it, and it works.
Yeah.
It's so good. And they've timed the gear shifts and everything that you see just to the music. It's so good. So
I imported an Initial D on the PSP, going back to the PSP through Play Asia, and it's the third stage. I've got it up there. Yeah, Street Stage. And that was another game that was one of the first ones I imported through Play Asia, but because you couldn't get Initial D here, could you?
No,
at all. And they never brought it out.
Not one version.
No, and I don't know why, because it's still such a big, like even some of the younguns at work, even they're into Initial D, and like, come on, release something.
They're still making arcade games, and I don't know if you saw any when you were over there.
I did.
They've still got arcade machines in. Yeah, did you play it?
Yeah, I've got my save game as well, my Konami save game card.
So brilliant. Yeah.
I made sure I had a game. We went to Arcade Club and we played the new one, right? And then it got to a screen at the end and it asked you to pick an upgrade. Remember? You picked an upgrade and it went game over. And I'm like, no. You won the race.
Give me more money.
It's like
that's the save game card that you get as a
I didn't get one. I should have got one.
Yeah. And you scan it on the machine, don't you? And it saves it to you. So cool. Yeah.
I spent too much time on the Street Fighter 6 machines in the arcade, unfortunately.
Did they have the joy pads on the one you played as well? The PS4 pads. Yeah.
You could connect them. They've all got USB sites, but they didn't have any on mine. No, I was just lurking, trying to play people, thinking I was beating people too easily. They were all playing just for fun. It
Yeah.
weren't until the evening that the true high diehards came out, and they were a little bit too good.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's nothing better. So I sat down at the Street Fighter 6 arcade machine. I'm like, why is the joystick not working? I'm like, oh, and the controller's plugged in. So they have like a PS4 controller. So I unplugged that and then the stick was working. So I was
Yeah,
quite happily just playing away. And then it's like, here comes a new challenger. I'm like, oh, great.
yeah,
And I just got my ass handed to me. I'm like, okay.
yeah. I got absolutely annihilated on Virtua Fighter 3 TB though. The
Nice.
online release. I got absolutely smashed up on that, which is good fun. Nice and humbling.
I'm really good at this game. No, you're not.
No, no, I'm not Virtua Fighter. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it's like I was climbing through the ranks on Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, and I was just like, got up to a certain rank, and I was just like, yep, got number of straight wins here. I'm up to this rank, and now I'm going to get absolutely obliterated by people.
Oh,
But
no,
yeah, I
I
think
mean, VF5 Revo, whenever that comes out in consoles at the end of the year, that'll be fun. Can get some online matches going because it'll have
yeah,
crossplay. So that'll be good fun.
yeah. I
Definitely.
think if I was going to pick some import highlights, it probably would be the Dreamcast in '99, getting that imported. Obviously, I
Beautiful.
did something similar to you, James. You know, pure show off when I bought Get Bass, as it was called. Like I went to the computer exchange in Watford a month after getting the Dreamcast. Got Get Bass for 75 quid, 75, I think. And they had a cash converters next door. So me and a few of the mates who I was with at the time went in there. I was like, "How much would you give us for that? How are you going to value that?" And of course, they didn't have like any sort of online pricing guide or anything. He just looked absolutely bewildered. Like, what the fuck is this? Um, but yeah, getting Dracula X and the Saturn was another one. I remember getting that when I was reading Sega Saturn magazine with the Sonic Adventure preview. Bought that, sold it, traded that towards the Dreamcast actually. I think I got about 20 quid back for it. Bought the PlayStation 1 version later on for 14 quid, and then bought it on Xbox 360 and sold the PS1 version for 45 quid. So I thought, online's the future. I don't want all these PlayStation 1 discs around. I'll get rid of this for 45 quid. I've made 30 quid profit on it. It's not going to be worth much. Prices will start coming down soon. And how much is that Castlevania now?
Ah,
It's like 300 quid or something in it.
something like
Oh,
that, yeah.
It's the
Tom,
one with,
see if
Mm,
I am the person that you bought Radiant Silver Gun from.
yeah.
I just want you to know that I bought a burner 3-wood by TaylorMade with the money. I bought a fucking golf club with it.
With my money.
Oh, fucking golf club! Call
You're having
yourself a gamer.
you're having a Steffi. Oh wait, that's the wrong sport, isn't it?
Right.
I
Bought a
ended up,
3-wood.
I did end up getting Dracula X again through Bailly, and that was a good 50 quid in the end.
Nice.
And one of my favorite ones was getting Lethal Enforcers 2 with the gun. That was in Japan. That was just like I saw that on the shelf for something ridiculous. It was something like 10,000 yen or something, maybe less, maybe like 9,000 or something. I was just like,
Gotcha.
that goes for silly money over here.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. I was
yeah.
very jealous when I saw you buy that. I was like, ah. Very cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I use the gun to play the first one, but I haven't got the first one on CD. I play it on Mega Drive. It's not quite the same. Once you go Mega CD, you can't go back.
That's it.
I need one of those Mega SDs.
Oh, dear.
Oh. But anything else from you, Tom? Any other ones that you want to shout out?
What stuff that I've imported?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy that I got. So back in the day, I had the Res Trance vibrator for the PS2, and I ended up selling that for something ridiculous, probably about £20, like back in the day. And I was like, oh, I really want another trans vibrator. I get ripped about it all the time on our podcast, but as you do, they're like, where have you put it this time? I'm like, shut up. But yeah, I want, I really wanted another one, so I managed to get the whole It's a special package one with like it's got the whole box art and insides of the game and that. So very happy I got one of them. God, what else? Like I'm looking around my room because it's all in front of me here. You know, it's, I bought a Naomi arcade machine. That was I think I got it for like 75 quid and it's fully
Oh,
working.
really?
Yeah, and I originally bought the Anna Panaman arcade game, which is like a popcorn machine arcade, which you like
Yeah.
you put your money in, you get popcorn, and that's it. But
Yeah.
I was
I've
like,
seen them. Yeah.
yeah, I always wanted like Crazy Taxi or Virtua Tennis or something like that. But I stumbled across a copy of Ikaruga on eBay
Oh,
the
yeah.
other week, so I now have
Amazing.
Ikaruga in my Naomi. So that's kind of I'm happy with that. And I also have a Limburg as well, and I work in Limburg, and it's got House of the Dead 4 on it.
Where are you, Milton Keynes?
You're gonna have to come round one day, buddy. So yeah, they're another two. Like I've always wanted an arcade machine, like just an actual arcade machine, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a space for it at all. So the next best thing is to buy the boards, isn't it, and just
Yeah.
kind of go from there.
So, as you can see, Dan is no longer with us. He's been having technical difficulties all night, and I think this is about the third or fourth time, well, maybe more than that we've had to reconnect the connection. So, it's down to myself to bring it home, and we'll finish the show off. So, I think, Tom, we were just kind of finishing off. You were showing us some of your kind of other items in your collection. Any other memories, any fond import memories before we finish off the show?
Important memories, fondness. I think another thing that I was so excited to get was the Sonic the Hedgehog Dreamcast karaoke unit. Yeah, I managed to get it with a Dreamcast and a whole bunch of games, and that was just another parcel that came through, and I was just like, yeah, get home really excited, open up the box. I'm like, oh, I've always wanted a karaoke unit for the Dreamcast. You can't do anything with it at all, other than it just sits underneath a Dreamcast. And yeah, I've got a Sega microphone now, so yeah. But yeah, just coming home to that with a dream. I sold the Dreamcast on, made my money back, and yeah, just now it sits up on my shelf above me here, and I'm just very proud that it's like, oh, I've got a karaoke unit.
How many Dreamcasts have you got now?
I think I had about 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Like... Yeah, no, but I've got I think I've got three working ones now, and I've got 2 in the loft. One of them works, and one of them's like a spares unit. So I sold a lot of them off because I was like, I don't need all these Dreamcasts, you know.
Have you looked at the all black edition yet? I know you've got the Regulation 7 one, but have you looked at the all black?
No, because that's expensive.
Aye, that's why I got the shell, the third party one, just to kind of, no, if I tried to sell it on, man, some collector would probably shame me for selling like a knockoff unit. But
yeah,
it's nice. I always think with Sega consoles they should be black.
Yeah,
through that thing because we're that used to them being that kind of colour here, but. It's nice, man. It's nice. I know obviously you got me the smoke black controller as well.
Yeah,
which kind of goes really, really nice with it. The actual proper black ones, like
the money in it.
Stupid money, man.
Yeah.
Come on, but 150 quid or something just for a controller. I think last time I checked on eBay, I seen one. I was like, no.
Well, I can't say anything because I bought one of the yellow controllers for the Dreamcast. That cost me £140.
What the hell? I seen that. Oh, what was it? Was it Jason Madison sent me? He's on somebody's Facebook kind of retro collector pages, and there was someone that they were moaning because someone they'd sold a Dreamcast control, one of the translucent ones. It was a blue one,
right?
And they'd sold it, and there's really good fakes going around that even come in the box. But what tells me apart is the font in the word Dreamcast is really shitty. Like it's not the Basilia with the little kind of flicks and accents on the letters. And they went, this buyer is returning this to me because they say it's fake. This is not fake. Look at it. And even for the pictures, I says to Jason, I went, I can even see that the font on that logo is not the real font. It's like, I don't know how much they sold it for on eBay, but man, it was like they were raging it was getting returned. But funnily enough, there was a green one I picked up for 15 quid in CEX years ago, and it was a fake, but it was like, I mean, you could tell by the font, but still nice to have like a transparent controller. But aye, man,
they need to make more consoles transparent. That needs to come back. Definitely.
That was a thing, wasn't it? I remember
absolutely.
That was just
everything was transparent plastic. It's like, yes, I can see inside.
I can see the motherboard. It was like, see nowadays, you know, bloody hanger just knocked that. Just knocked the hanger. But I remember it was like nowadays we're looking inside consoles, we're opening them up, we're modding them, but like back then it was like, ooh, I can see drive. I'm not meant to see.
You almost felt rude, you know.
I mean, I picked up like the translucent clear. I think I mentioned this the last show I did, and it was the translucent clear, the crystal Xbox, and the green, not the Halo 2 green, but
no, it was
the same color, same tone, just under the Halo 2 logo. But they were like towards the end of the OG Xbox's life, and they were like 45, 50 quid or something in like Game Station. They were in the window.
Yeah.
And I remember walking by my mate, like, and I'd had like the OG Xbox since launch. And I'm like, ooh. And he's like, am I going to look at these? And I was like, I'll just buy them. He's like, why do you need them? I'm like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
They're translucent. They look cool. It's like, oh man. The things we used to buy, man.
I miss the shops like Game Station and that sort of stuff when stuff was super cheap, man. But yeah, I'm the same. I've got a UK PS2 sat in front of me here, the black one. I've got a Japanese white one. I've got a Japanese ocean blue one, and I'm just like, they just look so cool in white and in that blue color. I'm just like, oh man, it's got to be done.
Here's the thing, mate. No, what always annoyed me? I bought the silver PS2, right?
I have a silver one as well.
Do you know what? Again, OCD, man. Do you know what really annoyed me about it? You put all that effort into making it silver, and then you use black power and eject buttons. Why?
Yeah.
Color match the buttons, man. It's like,
it's not that hard, is it? It's not that hard.
Oh man.
But yeah.
It's good. It's good memories, man. Like, important it is like a lost art now. Like this is, we were talking kind of whenever we had a bit of downtime, but it's like that kind of excitement is kind of gone, like with the whole like digital era and the way discs have become like kind of download keys, and like we don't get midnight launches anymore and all that. It's like that kind of fun aspect is really went out of kind of gaming, I think. So like importing really was like, it was always a feeling of like getting something that nobody else had yet, like
something special, wasn't it? Just something special, yeah.
And it was absolutely different. It was different as well. Like we've talked about like spine cards, and like I think during the kind of downtime I was talking about like Panzer Dragoon on like Saturn. Like, look at the artwork on that disc. It's like
gorgeous. Yeah,
they went the extra mile for this kind of stuff, you know, in Japan. So, changed days, mate. But at least we were there.
And the problem now is that I've noticed since I started importing that stuff, the Japanese are starting to realize big time, and everything's going up in price. So you can't pick up stuff as cheap as you could, you know?
And quite right, to be fair. I mean,
absolutely.
I would imagine some of them are getting quite annoyed watching like because they
all these YouTubers.
These fucking Sega guys talking about he paid £2.33 for a copy of Daytona. That is blasphemy. I could get at least 20 for that. But it's but I mean, and I think even more they'll probably look at it now is that, right, so this is a kind of craze that's just going up. The stuff they're selling isn't the quality of what we've got. Like, why are we marking this stuff as junk? Like, because as we've said, it quite clearly isn't.
Yeah. That bubble will burst, I think, at some point.
Aye, it's only a matter of time before they start to kind of ramp up as well. So I'll send you my shopping list before it happens.
Yeah, we didn't get in there quick, right? Oh dear.
But no, I think that's a good place to kind of wrap this up. I'll let you get to your kip. Let me get to mine as well.
That's cool. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you again for having me on. It's really as turbulent as this episode's been.
I know. I feel sorry for Dan for the edit that's coming up, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah.
But no, Tom, it's been way overdue having you on, mate. So no, thanks very much for not just your time, but for your patience with the technical issues.
God damn internet.
But honestly, if you want to kind of let people know, if the people watching this show and maybe haven't heard the Game Older podcast, please tell our viewers and listeners where they can find your awesome content.
You can follow the Game Older podcast on all of your podcasting places. I'm so crap at promo.
your pod catching services, I think, isn't it? It's like
we're literally we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, the whole 9 yards. We're on everything. And there's an event coming up next month called Timeless in Liverpool. It's at the Arcane's arcade, and it's a whole day event dedicated to gaming. So if you're in around that area, or if you're not, get yourself down there. We're all going to be there in person, so come say hi. But yeah, Game Older Podcast, give us a follow. And if you don't, you don't. It's fine.
But if you enjoy what we do, you know, that kind of British take on gaming, by all means, guys, give the Game Older guys a follow and a subscribe. Definitely well worth it. You know what I mean? Love what you do. So, you know, listeners, viewers, thank you very much for your time. And if you'd like to become extra mega, you can become a member from as little as 99p. Lots of awesome perks on the channel, like early access to content, giveaways each quarter. We have got the Shinobi giveaway winners. They'll be getting their copies at the end of next month. Well, next month at the time of recording. At the time this goes out, they might just be about to receive them. So lots of awesome perks on there, including getting your name read out at the end credits, like I'm about to do now for our Akira All Access members. So the Akira All Access members for today's show, we have G-Man, we have Stiff Peaks, Mike Kowski, Craig Williamson, Sega Saturn Shiro, Resident SD, P-Wall, Peter 007, Andy Mackey, Nick Tullock. This guy called TomFum just came up in my list. Who's this?
Who's that idiot?
We have the awesomely named Kaiju Leviathan. You know, just brings back memories of was it Pacific Rim? Wasn't it?
Such a awesome, great username. That.
Honestly, it's like it's just. I just need to point it out every week because it's probably the best username I've heard. And we have Nelson Serino and David Owens. So thank you very much to all of our members and subscribers for your continued support. If a monthly membership isn't your thing, no problem at all. We appreciate your support, just liking, sharing, subscribing, getting involved in the comments, sharing the content with your friends, and of course just kind of tuning in and giving us your time. So on behalf of Dan and myself and TomFum of Game Older Podcast, we will see you on the Sega side.
Sega!